Y'all must have forgot. Let me tell you what I think. Oh, man. Where do I start this video? Look, y'all. Roy Jones Jr. gonna get his ass whooped in there. Listen, man. I almost thought for a minute that this was a big joke. I thought that this was gonna be some big joke that, it was just gonna kind of just blow over. I figured that Roy Jones may pull out of the fight. And, at one time, Roy Jones, he was having second thoughts. Look at this idiot on a motorcycle. You gonna ride right beside my car. Now, what if I just would have, actually had to move over just a little bit? Man, I'd have knocked him off that motorcycle. But subject for another video. Look, y'all. Roy Jones Jr. is gonna get his ass whipped. Mike Tyson looking like, I'll be honest, man. Mike Tyson looking real aggressive. And have y'all seen Mike Tyson? Dude is ripped. Dude is extremely ripped. And I mean, when I say ripped, I'm talking about ripped. Ripped on top of ripped. So it's kind of like, I don't know, man, because in Roy Jones Jr., his last couple of fights, man, Roy got his ass beat. I'm talking about brutalized. I mean, it wasn't even like a close fight. Roy been legit getting knocked out. He been legit getting knocked out. And, part of me was like, man, I wish Roy would have stayed retired, because the guys that knocked him out, that Roy Jones Jr. in his prime, them guys couldn't touch him, man. But I really think that Antonio Tarver loss, I think that loss right there was the beginning of the end for Roy Jones Jr. I think it was. Because it's like, now, man, this dude is like a human knockout machine. Mike Tyson gonna knock this dude smooth the PG-13 channel out. Mike gonna knock his ass out. And it's like, okay, the little bit of brain cells that Roy Jones Jr. got, them brain cells finna be gone. Okay? Guys, and this is no joke. Okay? Mike Tyson trying to sound all cordial. Well, man, I just want to say, it's going to be a good fight. And, it's going to be a fight between two legends that, going up here, we don't have tough fights. And, we had a lot of fights. And, I really got deep respect for Roy Jones. What that means is that I'm finna knock him out. And if he dies, he dies. That's what that means, Roy. Yeah, man, Roy Jones Jr. could probably be walking into his imminent death. I mean, I don't know, man. Mike Tyson still look like he hits as hard as he did when he was in his prime. He looks like he hits hard. Maybe he done lost a step or two, but, the man firing them shots off like he ain't left the boxing ring, y'all. The man is firing shots off like he ain't left the boxing ring. And I'm going to tell you how bad the media think Roy Jones Jr. going to get his ass whooped. Look at this. Now, have y'all noticed, man, they can't even put a recent picture of Roy up there. Man, look, they had to put a photograph of Roy Jones Jr. back in his prime. Because even the media know that, man, a Roy Jones Jr. in his prime could deal with Mike Tyson probably. So they trying to sell us the fight. And I get it. They trying to sell us the fight. Because if you put the current photograph of Roy Jones Jr. up there now, you put that photograph up there? Come on, man. We not going to even believe that Roy Jones Jr. can beat Mike Tyson. We not going to believe that. Okay? I mean, they put an older photograph of Mike. Now, how about this? They put an older photograph of Mike, but they put a young photograph of Roy Jones Jr. in here. Damn. Oh, my God. Boy, the media. Boy, they got a sense of humor, don't they? The media got a sense of humor when they really want to have a sense of humor. But this is not going to be a laughing matter, y'all. It's not. There's not going to be a laughing matter. Roy Jones Jr. going to get hurt in this fight. I know they say it's an exhibition. Mike going to try to clean this guy, going to try to knock this guy here smooth off his body, man. I'm telling you, this is not going to be good for Roy Jones Jr. And guys, I don't know, is it the money? I mean, does Roy Jones Jr. legit need the money? I started thinking about it. Mike Tyson was like, yeah, I don't mind taking the money. Mike Tyson was honest. He said, yeah. It's going to be some good money. I need the money. I'll take the money. That's Mike Tyson. Does Roy Jones Jr. need a payday too? Does he need this money? And part of this thing too, man, who's sanctioned Roy Jones Jr.? So y'all know it's not about the best fighting the best. Y'all know that now, okay? Because anybody who done sanctioned Roy Jones Jr. after his last fight, after him getting his ass knocked out, it's criminal. It's criminal. There's no way that this guy should have ever been sanctioned. Never. You know, y'all remember, this remind me of when Rocky Balboa, y'all remember the last Rocky? I think it was Rocky Balboa. That was the movie. And he was fighting Antonio Tarver. Y'all remember that? Or, you know, Antonio Tarver's name was Mason Alon Dixon in the movie, yeah. Y'all remember that? And Rocky was like 60-something, or 58, 59, or 60, and they pulled Rocky out of retirement. And then Rocky went in there and gave this long speech. Rocky gave this long speech about, you know, how, you know, don't stop him from reaching his dreams and all this other mess. You know, but Rocky was 1,000 years old. And I sat back and I said, man, dang, only in the movies. Let me tell y'all something. In the real world, Rocky Balboa get his ass whooped. Okay, listen, man. Clubber Lang whoops Rocky's ass. Okay? Probably Drago too. Probably they all beat Rocky in the real world, man. But we know that Rocky is a fictional movie. But this reminds me of that, man. I'm going to say I told you so. I mean, guys, I don't even know if I even watched this fight. I really don't know if I watched it. I may watch just for entertainment purposes or to really see if Roy Jones Jr. is actually going to survive this fight.